Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today for another episode here at the little camp. We have not built a single tool yet, but we did discover iron, so we are well on our way now. In fact, if we look, I think I dropped it on the ground here, didn't I? I don't know. We have it, though. It is somewhere here. Oh, there it is. It's on the ground. We have 12 pieces of ore. So, in order to start smelting that, I believe we're going to need some charcoal. So, what I've done over here is in this spot where I'm standing, we now have 19 blocks of wood, but we need to turn that into actual charcoal. So, I'm going to go to Skills, M for Timbercraft, and S to split firewood from a block. Boom. Now, I'm probably going to have to do that 19 times at least. Yeah, I have a feeling with this stone axe too, it's going to be a strenuous job. Not going to be easy as you can probably imagine. Try and make an axe yourself out of stone and wood, and then use that to chop up a tree trunk into small pieces of firewood. It's not going to be the easiest task in the world, but ultimately we do it so that we will be able to craft better tools. That's the whole point. Wow, this is really taking a long time, longer than I expected. We have to sleep here. I'll probably need to throw down another shelter somewhere nearby this location. In fact, I might just do it on the other side of this firewood pile. Because like I said, we're going to need a lot of this. In fact, let's go through and see what we can do in terms of firewood. I think it is under mining, or in terms of charcoal. So there it is, charcoal, 50 pieces. So if I just want to do one, we need slender trunk, firewood times 50, shovel, we have that, a lit fire, and a torch. So I just need to make a stack of torches and keep some slender trunks near me, and then we can make charcoal as long as we have 50 pieces of firewood. And if we look, last night or yesterday, that what we just went through, that only made 22. But I'm definitely going to get all that set up, probably right here at this location. I'll make a shelter real quick while we're not that tired. And so, in other words, we're going to need some more spruce stuff. Let's zoom over here. Here's our little forest area. And I'm just going to take from the nearest tree. Let's grab our spruce twigs. I always go for two handfuls of those whenever I'm going to make a shelter. And boom. Now I'm going to pick up all three of those. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we need for a shelter. And we've already got a few slender trunks sitting there, but I typically like to, if I'm going to build a new shelter, I don't like to dip into the resources I've already got, especially if we've got a whole project going, that revolves around all these different resources. So I'm going to move these, and we're going to put these into our shelter, because this is going to be for crafting. All right, and what else did it say we needed? Let's try it again. Let's go to our crafting menu, M for mine, and charcoal. Firewood, of course, the shovel, lit fire, torches. Yes, yes, yes. So we do have a pile of branches. I'm going to grab those, and let's drop them. Actually, let's go ahead and make the torches. I think that's a utility article. All right, let's check it. Um, hmm. Oh, there it is. Number 3, the torch. Ah, so we'll just try and make 5. What do I need? 7 branches? Wait, I thought I just picked them up. What? What the heck happened to them? I need 7 more. Ah, so that's what it's telling me. It's saying that you've got almost enough, but we need 7 more. So we'll stand here at this tree, and we are getting weary again, but that right there should do it. Let me go ahead and sleep. The crafting and campcraft process is a fun one. It's repetitive in terms of you got to make sure you sleep and eat often, but you'll get into the cycle. And it is kind of nice not having to worry about time. Like we could stay up all night and work on our little ironing our little smelting operation. So anyway, let's see. So now we're making torches again. So utility articles is U, capital U, and torches 5. There we go. Boom. So that's a good start. We'll have to repeat this process with these with the charcoal plenty of times, I imagine. So Let me drop those there. Drop those there. All right, we will of course need a fire too, like it mentioned, so we'll get set up for that. So now we've got everything we need except for the firewood. I saved the worst part to last. So I'm gonna sit here and split this firewood. It's gonna take me a while, but I'll get it all done real quick for you guys, and I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, well, there we go. I have now got 161 firewood. Remember, we started with 19 blocks down to 5, so it took me days to do that, too. We're on day 6 of the 11th week before mid-summer point, so we're officially in spring. The temperature did drop a little bit, though, and it started snowing again, so, it's a variable seasonal type of situation, just like the real world is. It can still snow all the way up into April sometimes, but we'll see. It's been a cold winter. We're fine though. Everything's good, but I think we're finally ready to start doing some of this. I might stand in this location so that it's if it prepares it at my feet, it's not going to be on the shelter there. Just because, as you can see, I'm trying to clean things up here. What did I leave here? Oh, our skins are right there. I need to move those. I'm gonna pick those up. I'm trying to get everything nice and orderly now. I had it all dispersed and dropped everywhere, but now that we're actually starting to like get ready to actually blacksmith, I think it's important to get everything that's unrelated, moved away. All right, let's put those there. So we got our skins here. The cordage for crafting is there. My cordage for drying meat is right here, stacked here. And if we get meat, we'll do it around the shelter. But I might not do any hunting for a little while. Let's go check out the cellar. So we dug this in the last episode. Now we can keep our meat safely in here. And we've got quite a bit. I mean, I would like to have substantially more than this, but this should get us through at least the first half of the summer, I hope. Now, it's going to be a challenge to actually preserve meats in the summer, but we're going to work with it. I might actually try and make some nets and just like keep us alive with fish, basically, because we do have a beautiful lake down below us, so I can easily make some netting. Well, not easily. I mean, I possibly can make some netting, and we could distribute just a couple nets right around here. That would hopefully keep us alive. Now, I'm not much of a fisher. That's if you guys have watched me play before, you'll know I don't do a lot of fishing. I've only ever done it in the series upon like recommendations from commenters and stuff. Now, one thing I haven't had much luck with is spear fishing or rod fishing. Even with a rod, I've never caught much. And of course, it could be down to the fact that I always take fishing like turn that all the way down. So if you look at, I'm untrained at a fishing, but with nets, you don't have to worry as much about it. You just put them out there, check them every couple days. If they hit, then you're in business. And oftentimes they hit multiple, like you'll get multiple fish out of them. So I think nets are going to be my go-to during the summer if we can craft them. And I know there's probably recipes for it. I'll have to look. As you can see, the crafting list is quite extensive here. But just gonna look. It's around here somewhere. I'm sure it's available. It's just, do we have the ingredients? Do we have the tools to do it? We'll see. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are still focused on making charcoal for today. So we've got the firewood. We've got the fire. It's not lit. Let's go ahead and do that because I've got the torches. Everything else is ready. So we get this sucker lit. Boom. First try. All right. So the firewood is next to me. Let's go ahead and I'll just face in this direction. That's fine. Okay, let's do M, M, and charcoal. We're just going to start with one. Fire lit nearby. Yep. Torch to transfer the flame. Yep. Boom. Yep. It did it at my feet precisely. And it will take 5 days. Okay, so fire's still going. We do have another 111 pieces of firewood, so we can do that 2 more times. Let's do 2 in a row. Let's do 2 all at once here. Wooden shovel is an awkward tool. Yeah, the wooden shovel is basically the thing which makes this all possible. The very first thing you need to initiate your blacksmithing journey with this mod is the shovel. If you want to do like me and be completely self-sufficient, you will have to start with a wooden one that you've made yourself. out of a knife and a stone axe. But it says it's awkward, yet it still works. That's the most important thing. So now we have 150 charcoal. I'm not sure what it'll translate to. I don't know if it's direct one-to-one firewood to charcoal, but there is 150 there. Okay, it does say 150 charcoals. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be anywhere near enough. So I get to, well, let's take a little nap here. Don't have to worry about the fire anymore, keeping that up. You do need to worry about that when you're preparing the charcoal, though, I think. If it goes out while you're like doing it, I think it'll stop, as I recall. But anyway, oh, I'm also trying to remember to sacrifice every other day or every day or so, just because it is important. And let's go ahead and continue. So this is my life now. So what we do is we rest, then we chop, and then we eat, and we go to sleep, and then we chop. Actually, and it kind of in a rhythm like that, you know. Not exactly that order, but there's definitely a rhythm to it. There we go. Now we eat and we chop. And I tell you what, it takes half a day to, well, more than that, really. It takes almost a full day to do one block here. Let's go ahead and rest. Let's see how much we've got now. 32. So I've only got 3 more blocks left. If we do this 3 more times, I'll need to go get more tree trunks, which is not a big deal. It's just, you know, more and more effort, more labor. And a lot of this, if you are just playing normally, not like I am, where I'm trying to be a hermit here, a lot of this can be alleviated by going and hiring other villagers. So if you go to another town or anywhere in civilization that isn't a hostile enemy to you, they will oftentimes be willing to come with you and work at whatever location you've chosen, and you can just pay them with food typically. Let's see here. They do need an axe, though. If you want them to cut stuff down, you either need to look at their gear to make sure they have an axe on them or give them an axe. You can do that too. And you can consider that as payment. If you got a bunch of hand axes sitting around, just give them a hand axe. But yeah, it's a very handy thing. But like I said, here in this playthrough, we can't do that. So it's all on my own shoulders here, my little character. Okay, so that final bundle of charcoal is now being prepared. We've got 5 days to wait for that, so we can't really do any iron mining or smelting or anything until we get the charcoal. So I can choose to go ahead and chop down more trees and spend all this time, you know, making more charcoal, or we can do something fun, maybe go for a hunt. But I think you can guess what my preference is. First things first, I am going to set myself up when we get back in case we fail our hunt, or just once we finish hunting, we can come back here and get back on our charcoal because we are going to have to work on it. No matter how much I delay it, I will have to do more of it. Oops. All right, so we're done moving. There's the log right in front of me. So I'm actually tired. I'm going to go and rest. There we go. Boy, pretty soon the ground's going to get green here. You can see the temperature starting to get up in the red area, so that's phenomenal. Now, oops. Oh, look, speak of that. Look, you're wearing skis, but there's not enough snow for proper skiing. So what does that mean? It means we have to take our skis off now. We're literally like there's just a little bit of white on the ground and that's it. So I'm going to take those off and I'll probably just go ahead and wield an arrow in the meantime. Whoops, as I normally do. Boom. Now what we can do too is I'm going to take these items over here to this shelter. I always miss it now. Why am I always missing my own shelter? There it is. I'm trying to play zoomed in here, but so I'm going to drop these. I'll just put them in here. Eventually, probably next year, I'm going to make another set because these are pretty bad. Where are they? There they are, skis. So drop the skis. Am I still wearing skis? I thought I took them off. Okay, there you take your skis off, and now I'm going to drop them because they're kind of heavy, 12 pounds plus whatever the ski stick weighed. So get rid of those. It makes our life a little bit easier, less we have to carry and stuff. And now we can walk around freely without skis on. That's amazing. That's the first sign of spring, really. It's not the color change or anything like that. It's the fact that you can't ski anymore. But all right, so like I said, let's set ourselves up for when we come back here. So one last step is we're going to chop this big log up into blocks. Boom. That didn't take very long. You can see it's just like how many blocks did we get? So it's turning it into 7 blocks of wood. So from that, I'll be able to make firewood now. And we get a little bundle of branches too. Every time you process a log, whether you turn it into, or a tree trunk, I should say, whether you do turn it into a log or just a pile of blocks, you do get a little bundle of branches too, which is good for starting fires. So we'll set that up too. Let's see. I like to always be prepared for my next round. Ooh, I'm out of slender trunks here. Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure we use those during the process of charcoal making, so those get used up. But that's not a big deal. It's just more we'll have to get ourselves here. But it's evening. Actually, it is better to try and hunt like during the day, although light seems to be not much of an issue. It's evening right now, and we still have absolutely full visibility, so we might be okay. But what I am going to do then instead, I think, just to get myself back onto the day night cycle properly, I'll spend a little bit of time here cutting down some trunks, doing some manual labor, and then, yeah, at like midnight or something, I'll force him to go to bed, and we'll wake up at the proper time. So we can do 4 trunks there, and we can move 4. So I like to go pick up 4 and move 4. With my guy's strength and weight, that's like perfect. He can move at a normal speed while he does that. And that's 8 slender trunks we just moved over here. So let's drop those. Boom. Okay, now, it's nighttime. We're lively. So we could probably stand a little bit more. Let's go grab one more tree here, and then we'll go to sleep, and that should put us on a perfect. We'll wake up at like early morning, hopefully. That's the goal. All right, so that dropped 3. Perfect. So we now have 4 on us, and we'll take those over here. It's nice not skiing. I like that. Okay, drop those on the ground. We're a bit tired, and it is still late night. Perfect. Early morning. We got a little bit of food on us. Oops, you know what I noticed? My bag needs to be refilled with food. All right, so I'm going to pour put and awful. My guy is not a very good cook, unfortunately. Also, I'm pretty sure he has like really poor taste. Yeah, so his smell taste is like it's like one of his worst skills. I don't know how much that affects things, but I think he just has a really bad palate. This is the kind of guy who would be eating Cheetos and Mountain Dew as his like normal diet if he lived in our time probably. But anyway, so let's go. Not that I'm insulting anybody's diet if you mainly consist of Cheetos and Mountain Dew. I'm in that club with you. But here we go. So we're going to jump out now. We've done a little bit of exploring in this region, hunting, and we did encounter an elk. Oh, look. Oh, it just changed. We just experienced it together, folks. The color change has happened. We went from white to green. I love it. I love when it happens. Let's go zoom in. Just look. There's still a little bit of a light frosting, and it is raining, so the visibility is very poor, but it's happened. Let's move around. Hopefully we'll see more game and stuff too now. That's amazing. Yeah, and at some point the ice is no longer safe for us to cross on the world map, so we can't walk over rivers or lakes or anything anymore, at least not until next winter. And totally okay with that. As you can tell, there's not a lot of water in the oh, there we go. Big time. Let's get this boy. Now, not the best region, but I mean, our hunting grounds are kind of small anyway, so not much to do except just go for it, right? Okay, there it is. Let's do it. We are sweaty but lively. Oh, I'm going to have to zoom out. Oh, look at this. It's glorious. We've got great endurance. It's at -8. Of course, it counts up to -100, and that means we've stopped. We're totally breathless at that point. We're moving at a speed of 4 miles per hour. It's nice and warm out here. I could probably take off some of my clothing, but it's a little premature for that. Plus, we've got something more important to deal with. Now, I've got this small tree right in front of me, but I think I'll be okay. My guy's been pretty good at shooting with this crappy little bow and arrows that we've made. Can't wait to see what this guy can do with an actual longbow, but let's go. Oh, what? That's the first time we've actually knocked something unconscious with a shot. Wow. Deep puncture in the abdomen, fallen, wounded elk. Well, in situations like this, it's most likely that this elk is going to jump right back up. Unless you've seriously wounded it somehow, or you're in melee combat and you've like knocked it over the head a half dozen times, it's probably just going to get right back up and start running away. So I'm going to stay zoomed out. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and wield another arrow right away, not even waste a moment. Boom. See, it got right back up. You see it's back up. Even in the time it took me to knock an arrow, the elk is back on its feet and it's going to run. There it goes. So I will sprint it with it now. Yeah, we still can't keep up with it, obviously, but all right, now I'm done sprinting because I've lost sight of it. It's time to go to the where I lost. Oh, it's bleeding. Okay, now it's actually down. Do you see it? Oops, let me get a little closer to it. There it is. So it's not dead, but it is like really seriously wounded, slightly fatigued. It's unconscious. So I don't know how we must have stuck that arrow deep into its thorax. There it goes. I'm going to chase it again. I am going to zoom out. Need to have full vision here. Yeah, this thing's still fast, but seriously wounded. All right, I got to watch my endurance, but it's so much easier to move and run in when there's no snow on the ground, so I'm not even worried about it. I'm going to slow down and just start creeping around. There she is. Let's look at her. Don't want to lose her. She is kind of heading towards a tree line. I'm knowing the geography of this particular area we're at. We're kind of hemmed in on all sides. So if I could get above her and force her to the south, that would be great. But also, I'm just gonna go with the flow. She's fatigued, so and obviously very wounded. I'd like to get her spooked again, but like I said, I want to get around her. Stay still. Don't go that way. Look at all the vegetation and stuff growing. Oh, it's nice. We're going to be able to start harvesting some medicinal herbs and stuff in case we get injured. All right, we've done it. We've kind of positioned ourselves between her and that tree line. I'd love to get over here on the left side of her, too. You can see, as I've said before many times, whenever you start to see the rise in elevation, that indicates the forest is probably just right over here. So we got to be real careful with this. Do not want to spook her into the trees. All right, so we put ourselves in a good spot. Let's take a shot at her just to scare her. I don't expect this will hit her. She's a little far, but we might. Oh my God, this guy's like Robin Hood. She's only slightly fatigued, carrying 2 arrows. It was a minor puncture that time. She is spooked, so I'm going to chase her now. You know what's cool too is in the spring or in summer, when you get your endurance real high and you start to lose it or whatever, gets towards 100 from sprinting, then you stop, you actually regain endurance just by walking. You're like catching your breath, so you don't have to worry as much. You can sprint more. Doesn't happen when you're skiing as much. All right, where did she go? Tell me I lost her tracks. See, that's another thing. It's not, her tracks aren't as noticeable in this kind of condition. Damn. All right, that's not good. She probably gained some endurance on me here, and I still don't see her. Oh, there she is. Over there by that bundle of trees. She completely rested. Damn it. Yeah, that's the risk of zooming to the out map like that. Of course, I lost her, so I had to, but I might be able to down her with an arrow. We're going to have to chase her all over again, but that's okay. She is heading in a bad direction, too. Damn it. It's my fault. I'll try and stay on these tracks a little bit better. She's going right over these puddles of water. I'm really trying to avoid doing that. Take a shot at her. Spook her a little bit. Oh, nice. All right, I do not want to sprint across this water, but she just did, so it should be okay. If we fall in there, I've got to stop and build a fire pretty much. Pretty much mandatory. All right, I'm going to leave my arrow behind and just follow her. Could crack too at any point. Where did she go? Literally, her tracks just ended. Oh, is that there? Okay. Start going in the wrong direction. Can't have it. Okay, we need to be hiding. Where is she? There she is. Let me look at her. I think is she breathless? She's very fatigued. Wow. It didn't take long. Pretty sweet. All right, so let's grab her. Yeah, this is going to be our moment right now. Let me get my axe out. She can no longer get away. It's over. Zoom in. Okay. And we're still in hiding, but that's okay. I hit her with the blunt to the legs. She has fallen unconscious. Blunt to the skull. A couple more times. Did I drop my weapon? No. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There it is. All right. So we have finished her off. We'll grab our arrows. I'm going to re-wield my arrow instead of my axe. I will now rest for a second, and we're going to skin her. Just like that. Quick and easy. Boom. Now, here's the deal. Oh, look, you can see the snow melting as we do this. That's crazy. Here's the deal, though. That's kind of a good and a bad thing. As I said, it makes hunting much easier, and animals are more plentiful. But now I can't dry the meat. I mean, I hope I can. I hope we can dry this kill. It's literally raining. So it's like imagine trying to dry meat outdoors in the rain. It's not really conducive. So I'm a little bit nervous about this kill. How many did we end up with? 200 cuts of elk meat. That's a lot to roast, because I don't have any other way of preserving food. I don't have any salt. I don't have anything. So, first things first, I'm not even going to worry about the skin. I'm going to run down here to my little shelter. I'm really nervous this isn't going to work. And I'm going to grab my cordage. Okay. I'll just grab that. That's what we need, just that whole bundle. And I'm going to stand right here because I can't move. And we will try to dry this meat right now. Oh, nope. Setting you're at does not meet the requirements. That means it's too wet and humid. Dang it, we just missed it. We just missed it. Yeah, a couple days ago, if we had got that kill while the snow was still out, probably could have made that. But now, what I would normally do in an average playthrough, we can. I mean, let's see. I would go to a village where there was an active fireplace because it's really handy. The NPCs will actually keep it lit all day for you, so you can basically smoke meat without much effort. But we don't do that here. On this playthrough, we are not going into the civilized world. In fact, we're running away from it actively. This was where we started, and you can see our journey took us over here until we came across more signs of civilization, so we retreated farther north, and this is us. This is our final location, hopefully, right here at the top of the map, all the way to that right. And that means we're going to have to do without, so I'm just going to have to roast 200 pounds of elk meat. And that's all we're going to be eating for the next several days, guys. So I hope you'll tune in for the upcoming episodes. They're going to be fun ones. We're going to be mainly focused on getting some more charcoal going and finally blacksmithing, hopefully, in the next episode. So tune in for that, guys. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the content, and I will see you on the next episode. Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a very special shout out to my Patreon members. They are fantastic people. Interstick, Mr. PZ Jones, Lady Viz, and Spuds. Thank you guys so much. Couldn't have done it without you. And I also want to show off this fan art by Vita. It's a cuttlefish scientist. Thank you, Vita.